Hello, everyone, or welcome back to the podcast with your hosts, Jack Howland.
And Taya.
This episode will be talking about school stories.
So settle down and get ready for 30 minutes of World According to Us.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the third episode. Let me introduce our first special guest of the podcast. Her name is Ellen.
Hi!
And we decided, because of her being our first special guest, we'd talk about something that we both know a lot about. School, or have known a lot about. School.
Yep.
Yay!
So, in honor of her being our first special guest, do you want to tell us the first story of the episode?
Sure. I have a couple interesting stories because in kindergarten and first grade, I went to New York City public schools.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And you meet a lot of interesting people there.
Let's hear some about that.
Well, one thing I have this really vivid memory. In kindergarten, our teacher loved ladybugs and butterflies and birds and anything that could fly. She loved it. So, for an experiment, we each got a ladybug to bring home for the weekend. And whoever brought their ladybug back to school.
Wait, but what's the lifespan of a ladybug?
I think it was like a week, probably.
Okay.
I don't know. No more than like a couple months. But it's more than a weekend, so.
Okay, because I was like, what if all the ladybugs are just dead?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, we had learned that whole week about like what ladybugs ate and how to feed them and stuff like that. And like you had to like feed them sugar water. Or, I don't even remember that much. But I had my ladybug and I named it Spot, as did like everybody in our class, because
it's kindergarten and there's only so many names that a kindergartner come up with.
I looked it up, and it's 2 to 3 years.
What?
Really?
Wow.
Then
So way more than a weekend.
Then how come like a butterfly is like 2 days? Like once it like had.
Oh, that's sad.
Like
That
look
is
at the
sad.
lifespan of a butterfly.
Sorry. Continue your story, Ellen, sorry.
Anyways, if we brought it back to school on Monday alive and well, we got a prize from the prize bin, and these prizes were awesome. They were like mechanical pencils and flare pens and fancy stuff like that.
Usually, like it would be like a sticker or something, like a sticker of
You
approval.
did it.
Yeah, like cool, you did it.
Yeah, my teacher was awesome. And so I was so excited, and she sent us home. New York teachers are the best. She sent us home with this little plastic, like, imagine when you go to like a fast food restaurant and you get ketchup out of those like machines where you pump it, like those little plastic containers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she sent us home with the ladybug in one of those and a little paper just on the instructions of how to take care of it. And of course we lived in New York, so there were no buses. So I just walked home from school with my mom and my brother.
How far would it be from like the? Do you think from the school to?
About each couple of blocks has their own school, public school.
Huh.
So I went to PS 107, which was near my old house. It was probably like less than a block away. So super quick walk right around the corner. So we were walking home. We were walking up the steps of our apartment building, and I was like, I just want to make sure Spot's okay. So I lifted up the container and I opened the lid, and Spot flew out, and I never saw Spot again.
Like just disappeared.
Just disappeared, and I was heartbroken. And my mom was like, let's just get another ladybug. I bet your teacher will understand. And I was like, no, that's cheating, no. And all my friends brought their ladybugs back.
You had a moral guideline since you were like that young? I just got mine last week. Like what?
Honestly, it started when I've never tried to cheat, and someone said they thought I've cheated before. I've never cheated.
Oh, Taya, you would be the person to cheat out of the people here. You'd be the one to cheat. Actually, I'm turning that out loud.
I have never cheated.
I'm just saying you'd be the one most likely to cheat.
The lifespan of a painted lady butterfly is 12 months, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
What about like
I'm just getting this stuff from Google.
First.
All right, what else do you use? Certified websites? Psh,
Nah, I use
who does
Wikipedia.
that?
Like, here's the whole issue. Like, like, I get the whole reason besides, like, citing the story, citing your sites, or your websites that you use. But why do it in the format that we use it? Like, why can't we just, like, be like, here's, like, the URL that we used? Like,
I'm confused.
see, when we have to do papers and such for school, we have to cite our sources and we have to use it in like AL format or whatever it's called.
PLA?
Yeah, whatever it is, right? Where you got to put like the author, the
Oh yeah.
the
That's
the
just annoying.
No, but the thing is, the school can't find a site for us to use. Remember how they told us?
Oh no.
Remember how they told us to use like one site and one site only? Next month, like we couldn't use that site anymore.
Or like that site's not trusted anymore.
Yeah, it's not trusted anymore.
I just use Google and then pretend like I cited stuff. I just like use Google to get all my answers, and then my parents are listening to this probably. But then I pull up a website and has like some of the same information. I just cite that because it's so hard to just look through all those articles and like want to
Who
do
wants
that.
to do that?
Yeah, it's like
We have things to do when we get home.
first of all we're Gen Z. We got stuff to do. We got places to be, stuff to do.
Really,
Playing video games.
Playing video games is the most like
watching Full House and Friends with my mom.
yes. So
Watching Criminal Minds.
so technically, couldn't we blame our parents? Nah. Couldn't we blame our?
Don't go there.
I'm not gonna. No,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm already hearing like either all of our parents just being like, no more of this, like whatever I say, because it's like it's subtracting from her schoolwork. Taya already has stuff happening. Like that's subtracting her from her stuff. Like 2 tutors and everything. Correct?
Really annoying.
Like here's the thing. Why do you have to be prepared if everybody loses a school year? You know, it's like why do I
You can try and argue with my parents.
Nah, I'm good. I'm not really. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I can't even form an argument over on myself. Even if we do like an episode of like arguments, like debate, I will be terrible. I will have a special guest on just so I don't have to speak and do stuff because I am terrible at it. Like maybe something will happen.
Yeah.
I'm totally going back to the subject of school, but
Now looping us back in. Okay, thank you.
I just thought of something. But like you can't really like my parents are like, oh, you have to like we're gonna get you some tutors if you need it because but then the thing you have to really think of is like everybody's struggling because
Yeah, because
everybody
yeah.
is doing online school, even if it's just half days or even you don't really get to do hands-on stuff. So like it's not just me that's struggling, Mom. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
like I'm the only one who's not getting perfect 100% in every class.
It's not you're not the only one failing because of the 2020.
I never said I was failing. I
No,
just said I wasn't doing.
I never said you were failing. Actually, I did say, but you're not the only one doing worse than you'd usually do if you were in 2019.
It's probably harder in high school because people are like my brother's taking like AP classes.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
like how like and the teachers. I'm sorry to any if teachers listen to the podcast or anything, but why do we have to use Google Meet? I get like, but they're not meeting the requirements. Like the Google contract is not meeting the requirements. Why can't we use Zoom?
I don't
Well,
know.
because I think Zoom is like has been glitchy, and I think it's easier for like the students to like be
But
able
less
to take over. I don't know.
less glitchy than Google Meet,
Yeah, Google
dropping
Meet.
out the
I think
teachers.
just
Just
with our
take out a
Chromebooks,
lot.
everything would be glitchy.
Yeah. The Chromebooks are actually very sucky.
Yeah. Like I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Google or whoever produces the Chrome I'm calling Chrome laptops out. Why make it so it's just for schoolwork? Like, You gotta build it for 2020. You gotta put it in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of bubbles, I have broken my appendages so much that my friends'
Oh God.
parents say my parents should put me in a bubble, like one of those like plastic bubbles.
You'd still find a way to hurt
I'd
yourself.
still find a way to hurt myself. Like, I'm surprised that my parents allowed me to bike around town. Because
I'm the one who almost got hit by a bike too. I'm in a truck too.
What?
so
Funny story.
me and Taya actually biked all the time during the summer because that's all we could do. Everything was closed. All camps were shut. So we were like, what's the better idea than go places biking? So I would probably bike 75% of the way to her house. So she would wake up 15 minutes after then she was supposed to leave, and then go, and then just leave to go 25%.
No, or sometimes I would wake up the correct time, like wake up a good time, and then I would see you're almost at our meeting place and be like, oh, I gotta be there in like 2 minutes, and it takes me like 10 to get there. Okay.
So continue actually getting back on track. Back on track. Taya, do you have a school story for you to tell?
Yes. And I've been hyping it up, and it's probably not that good of a school story.
Okay, let's
So-
hear it.
We can either take band or art in our school.
Band, art, or choir.
Or choir, that's right.
They're
So,
using our voices, which Ellen does band and choir.
Yes.
you do?
Last year. It's complicated this year just because of all the hybrid schooling, but
Did
I
you-
did it last year.
Did you know that the school wasn't allowing me to do both?
Yeah, because it wasn't at the right time.
No, because it wasn't part of my academic career plan.
That's weird.
Which one of them was acting, I'd like to mention.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what happened there? They wouldn't even let me probably on the theater if I didn't tell my parents that I picked the choice of actor. So back on to the school
Yeah.
stories of Teo's.
So, we're in band, and there's this one kid in our class, and he just doesn't know how, he knows how to play, but he doesn't know how to control how loud he plays. And it's so annoying, because every 5 to 10 minutes, the teacher will have to stop and be like, shut up.
I think I know what kid this is, but I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
their name.
Most people would. The thing is that one time he gets so fed up, just in the middle of us playing a song, takes his trumpet out of his mouth and just brings it down on the stand. Stand is broken. Stand's done in half.
I heard the stand was cracked before he hit it. Like, was already.
Apparently it was, but we'll never know. But it
because
was one of
it's-
those moments where you see it happen in slow motion before it happens.
Like the time we went to biking in Starbucks and I flipped and then you saw me fall in slow motion.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
recalling past episode. So how what?
It
So
was very confusing. Right. Apparently he was just too fed up with the kid.
Well,
Man.
I understand that.
And then later in the year, he threatened right before a concert. He was like,
He
I'm taking your read away. I'm taking your read away if you don't shut up. You will not play in the concert.
I sort of remember this. Ellen, do you have
It's
any
pretty funny.
weird, wacky band stories? Because we're talking about band. Because you went on that trip, right?
I've gone on quite a few trips actually.
Yeah, because you were at the
For
advanced band.
band. Yeah. So which trip do you mean? The Homestead one?
Either one. Any weird, wacky story from either one of them?
Well, so in February, I think it was February. We had all district band, which is like you go somewhere and for 2 days. Wait, maybe it's one day. It's 2 days. So like you go somewhere on the first day, you're either in the advanced band or like the other band. I don't know the actual official names of them. Well, I was in like the top band, so they were like all like 8th and 9th graders with me, and I was in 7th grade when this happened. And the two people on either side of me were like so much taller than me, and the person in front of me that like they kind of called roll just to make sure we were all there. And when she called my name, she couldn't see me, and so she had to have me move to the front for that day. I
Ellen,
was so short.
seriously?
Yeah. Just like so she could see me. Because it was like I was in the back, so she had me like, she had the French horns, like, 'cause that's the instrument I play, shift with the saxophones. And then like she was like, also this, it wasn't the only reason she had to switch. She wanted to hear us better. But then she was like, also now I can actually see Ellen.
Gets called
That was
out by
good.
name by teacher.
Yeah.
That always
for height.
hurts.
I'm pretty short, so.
Do you know how tall how tall you are, Ellen? So people can get an image.
So
Like compare yourself to
there's-
I know this is a terrible thing, but like compare yourself to like an object that's like the same size as you.
okay, well wait, now I gotta find a
Yeah, now you gotta
an
find an
object.
object.
Like the normal size of like a door.
Which
Oh, that's not good. But I was gonna say because my front door has like a window on it, and like my head's about at like window.
okay, so think of
The bottom of the
think
window.
of mailbox size. Like are you close
Mailbox?
to
Well-
like, think of like mailbox? Cuz like usually
Our
mailboxes
mailbox
are
is,
like
like-
around the same height. Like you,
My mailbox, like the pole with like the light at the
yeah, the
top.
pole.
I'm probably like the actual mailbox.
Okay, so you're probably like, okay, yeah. I probably just put a terrible analogies on everybody's head because they've got their own mailbox. But usually every mailbox is around the same height.
Oh, speaking of mailbox, one time I saw on a golf course.
Didn't your
a
mailbox get knocked over,
golf
Taya?
ball mail. No, I saw a golf ball mailbox though. It was pretty funny.
Like in the mailbox?
No, it was the mailbox was an actual golf ball.
I wonder if ever like someone's thought like I know that's a terrible thought, but like what if someone like accidentally like hit a golf ball, went into a school window, and people thought it was a school shooting?
Oh my
That's
god.
horrible. Why would you say that?
I'm just saying,
Guess
has
that's
it
why
ever
they
happened?
don't build schools by golf courses or golf
But like,
courses
what if
by
there's like
schools.
somewhere in the United States, but there's like a school next to a golf course? Like, what if it's like a private school? I know that's a terrible like stereotypical private school, but like,
I guess they just don't build golf courses next to schools for that reason.
is there a law for building golf courses next to schools?
I don't know.
Ellen, you're the smart one here.
So I don't. This is not the stuff that I'm smart about. I don't know this type of stuff.
Huh.
Don't even like. This is not the type of stuff that I know, and I'm not the smart one. We're all smart.
You're more of the common sense. How much sleep did you get
Yeah.
last night?
Actually, I
Actually,
went to bed at like 11 and woke up at 9, so actually 10 hours of sleep.
nice.
Same, but I
But
went to
I'm
bed
just
at
always
2.
tired, so.
You went to bed at 2.
I went to bed at 2 and woke up at 12, and my parents just for some reason get mad.
Yeah, like
Also
Maybe
hungry, so.
Maybe it's because I slept half the day away, but
wait. So have you guys not had?
Can I be your
food?
guest star on the next episode too? This is fun.
We actually still have time. So, do we have another? Do you guys have another story?
I don't. Do you?
Ellen, you got any New York stories?
I have a gross story and a
Sure.
scary story.
Tell us the gross
Okay.
story. The gross story.
Okay.
Give us as much
I'm
detail
not
as you
going to
can.
say any names just for the protection of the people, but
Nice.
in kindergarten, wait, or maybe it was first grade. It was kindergarten or first grade. I was in the same class. Like, you stay in the same class as you move up. You don't really, like, you have the different teachers, but you kind of are with the same people mainly. I can't talk. Anyways, there's this girl. She was one of my best friends, and I always sat next to her. We weren't, like, as close as like we never went to each other's houses, but at school we were just always really
So you were
close 'cause,
school
like,
best friends. You were what
We
I call
were
that a
school
school
best
best friends.
friends.
Okay.
Yes.
And like we lived around the same area, so we'd go to the park together, like with our parents and stuff.
Okay.
Like we would see each other there. So, anyways, uh, wait, what was I gonna say now? Oh my
You were talking
gosh,
about
I'm
gross school stories. Talking about
Okay,
gross
okay.
school stories.
So
Oh god, I
school.
just cut myself.
her mom always
Taya.
packed her lunch, and her mom always packed her a Twinkie. It's like, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
like
really know what a
wait,
Twinkie
like a
is,
chocolate
but,
Twinkie or like a vanilla Twinkie?
like just like a normal Twinkie. I
So
don't
like the
know,
like the yellow with the
vanilla.
white, like the yellow with the white.
Yeah, yellow with the white cream.
Okay.
So she only packed her one Twinkie, and she was like she would always brag, and then sometimes we'd even split her Twinkie. So one day
Could you imagine
she
bragging
opened her
about a Twinkie?
lunchbox, and she has 6 Twinkies.
What?
I was
Oh,
like,
God.
Did her mom
"Whoa," and she goes,
did her mom just dump her the pack like
no,
the
she
rest?
goes, my mom's out of town, and my dad said I could pack my own lunch today. And so I was like, oh, that's awesome.
can
So
see
she
where
gives
this
me
story's
one,
going.
so she's left with 5, and she eats every single one of them.
What?
Oh.
Oh no.
She eats 5 Twinkies. So we're sitting in class, and she goes, oh, I don't feel good. And I said, what do you mean?
Uh-huh.
She goes, I think I had too many Twinkies. And then she goes, oh, and I was like, I literally got up and ran to the other side of the room, and she threw up all over my chair.
Oh,
You
no.
gotta aim. It's like.
She could have thrown up on me if I hadn't gone up.
Could you imagine if
like-
you didn't leave your chair and then? Ugh, I wonder how throw up feels.
Don't say
Do
that.
you
Don't
remember
say
last
that.
episode? Do you remember last episode where I couldn't get out of the car?
Oh.
And my parents were like,
Don't talk about that. No, I listened to that.
and I'm sitting over here. Because it was in my mouth at this time, and I'm just like, let me out of the freaking car. I need to throw up.
Yeah, that. I wonder how people reacted to that. Like, could you relate, Ellen? Like, did you have ever that experience happen to you?
Oh, I don't like throw up, so don't talk about it.
Okay. Well,
No, I started it.
We won't get off the top. Yeah, even though you started it, we'll get off the topic. We'll get off. Yeah. Okay. Taya, do you have any other weird, wacky, nerdy?
Stories? I remember in second grade once, it's not really a story or anything. It's just like, I remember this one really quiet girl, she grew up in like the beginning of the day.
Oh, ew.
Okay, like I said, let's get off the subject of throw up.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Field trips. Field trips are fun.
Field trips. Field
In
trips.
third grade, we took a field trip to like this children's museum. It was so fun.
I remember
But
that.
in
That
fourth
was
grade,
awesome.
and it was like an overnight trip.
Really?
No, it wasn't an overnight trip for me.
No, it
That's
wasn't
sad.
an overnight. No, so near where we
We
live,
made hamburgers.
we have a giant freaking I think it's like science children's museum, and it's like 3 stories tall, and it's like filled to the
Yeah.
brim with like it's a whole jungle gym, but you learn stuff.
Oh.
On the different
Well,
levels.
Yeah, on the different levels.
We learned about an assembly line.
And I had a broken arm when I went.
Oh,
So I couldn't go on the zip line. I couldn't go down the slides. I couldn't do anything. But it was a good thing that they had like when you touch the stairs, like it lit up. That's the only thing I remember is like going having to go up and down all the steps because I wasn't allowed to go on the zip lines or anything.
It's really sad.
But I still had a great time. And
That's nice.
did you guys ever have like those packed lunches from like that the school gives you?
I think I have. I'm
Like
I
sorry.
never got those, but like I've seen people have.
So like it's a gray plastic. It's like a gray paper bag, and
It just looks so sad.
it looks sad, but it's the best thing because it's the best thing because you've got your sandwich. It's like a Lunchable, but like a disguised Lunchable. It's great
Weird.
Yeah.
because you have your basic sandwich. You have the ham and you have the cheese, but you also have like they made you like lettuce. They have you like the mayo. They've got the mustard. They've got the drink. They've got the side of like apples or something, and it is probably one of the best lunches you have during a field trip. Like usually there's there's the stereotypical like kid who gets like Subway or like Jimmy John's, but like it's
I always brought that, and everybody was so jealous.
exactly like what, like why would you? It's a field trip for kids. Like you don't need to brag. Sorry, Ellen. You don't need to brag that you have the time to grab Subway.
See, I didn't brag. It was always like there. It was.
When did you have time?
My dad always got me ready, so he would just like be like, "Okay, we can just get lunch out." Because whenever my dad's in charge of us, he just lets us get food out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the real bugger for me. When did you get it? Like, did you get it the night before? Did you get it the day of?
We always just got it in the morning because my school was like 5 minutes away from my house, and so we didn't have to leave till like really late in the morning. Like that was in elementary school. Now like the school's like 20-something minutes away.
See, I can bike the back ways and go get there in about 45 minutes, but that's on my bike.
Biked, it would take like bike to school. It would probably take about an hour.
Do you ever get subconscious, have these thoughts of like getting ran over on a highway?
Run over.
I almost had that.
Sorry for the grammar mistake there, Ellen.
I'm writing a book. I have to.
You have to. Also, by the way, not to say anything, but when you publish that book, we can announce it on the podcast, if anything.
That would be awesome. Right now, I'm gonna plug it right now. The book, as of right now, the title is Green with Envy, but it'll most likely change, maybe not, and it's gonna be amazing. So yeah.
Do you have a release date yet, or?
So we're planning on releasing on Halloween. We're gonna release the official advertisement.
Ooh,
that's what I planned. It probably won't happen because of school, but hopefully that's when we can do it. But
now the real question is, could you turn it in for a school assignment?
No, because I don't want anybody reading it before it gets published.
No, but I'm saying after it's published. Like, can you be your teacher tells you to to write a narrative, so you just give them the book?
Take a chapter from it.
You just take a chapter.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and we know who we're gonna dedicate it to. We have been so stuck on that. So great now. Then we just totally found it out. So.
Do you have? Are we allowed to at least hear the concept of it?
The book?
Of the book, yes.
1 second. My dog's barking. Let me put him outside. You guys talk for a second.
Okay. So I'm gonna say a school story while she is getting her dog. So.
All right, when you finish, I have one as well.
Okay. In kindergarten, we went to the playground, right? We went outside of school, and we've got our own little tiny playground. We got 2 tiny playgrounds, but the playground over there is for third graders, so we can't walk over there. So, it's this a plastic metal jungle gym, and we come back inside, or everybody gets called back inside. I look back at the playground, because I don't see this person. I don't see someone, and I'm like, wait, I saw them when it started. I saw them, so I look back at the monkey bars. This kid has fallen and is not getting back up. He has he's face down in the dirt. His hand, he's holding his hand, and he's holding his hand with his other hand. He's holding his right hand with his left hand, and he is just there, not moving. He's just there. And so as soon as I see him, a teacher realizes that I'm looking that way, and sees the kid, and sees him. And they hush, they put me back inside, and I don't see the kid for the rest of the day. Come back next day, he is in a cast.
I'm back.
Nice.
I remember one time in a lunchroom, this one girl was being very picky about a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter. I had a waffle with peanut butter for breakfast. So
That's good.
I can't.
But like she was being
I
really
don't
picky,
want
like,
that.
oh no, I don't want peanut butter on it.
What? So you
And
just
I
want a
remember
jam
our teacher
sandwich?
was just like, you take the peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you go out there and you eat it.
Speaking of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, Uncrustables. They are the bomb.
Gross.
That's
What?
literally what they ended up serving us
S-
for
Like the-
PB&J.
Like, first
one
of
year.
all, like they're the best. Like, Ellen,
Gross.
why do you disapprove? Why do you disapprove? It is a peanut butter and jelly
I've actually
sandwich.
never eaten one. 'Cause
Exactly.
I'm not allowed to.
Exactly. You can't. Wait, why?
My mom
can't
says
judge it
they're
until you
unhealthy,
eat it.
so I've never had one.
What? It's
Can't judge it
legit the
until you eat
same thing as a peanut butter and jelly. Like, I don't know the properties or
It's
like the,
literally just
See, but when my mom makes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and sorry, mom, if you're listening to this, she uses like this super like fancy organic jam, and it's literally just crushed up berries. But then she's like, with the Uncrustables, she's like, oh, that's just jelly. That's like all sugar and.
Made,
never had
what do you think the bread's made of? Sugar? No, it's made
like
of
carb.
well,
It's got sugar in it.
It's got sugar in it because it's like the jam has to make it sweet. You
No, I'm
know?
talking about the bread. The bread has sugar in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Bread has sugar in it?
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, hold up. Seriously? Someone. Is that someone near the kitchen? There has to be someone near the kitchen,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Go check the. Wait, do you have regular bread or do you have organic?
Let me see. I'll be right back.
Okay, go check.
Well,
The,
bread
go
does
check.
have
The,
more sugar than candy.
And then I'm telling you about my book.
okay,
Okay.
go check the bread.
It has 1.5 grams. White bread has one slice of white bread has 1.5 grams of sugar. According to
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
I wonder what a serving size of bread
Well,
is.
it's obviously gonna have sugar in it because it's carbs is sugar.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hand off so I can put a band-aid on it.
Oh, what'd you do?
She cut herself. She has had an
That
addiction of
stinks.
making knives with like a 3D printer.
Alright, I was
Oh,
breaking one of them apart.
Karma.
And it
See, this is brioche artisanal fresh made bakery bread.
How much sugar?
Fancy
much
bread. Doesn't
How many
say.
grams?
It says
Oh shoot.
carbohydrates. It's 21 grams in one slice.
Okay,
not good for
Ellen,
you.
let's finish this off with you telling about the book.
Okay. It's a lot of things. It's about a lot of things, a lot of problems in like modern day society, but it's in a different time setting. So it's kind of like its own time setting. They have some modern day things, like they do have cars, but they're only for like the royalty. But then it's also like
So is this in the past or in the future?
it's like it could be happening at any time. It's just kind of a fantasy. So it's in this country called Neuralia, and things are very much organized by how rich and poor you are.
It's like standard society, but okay.
Yeah, but then it's also like there's no racism in this. They pride themselves on that, but there's so much sexism. Like
Ah.
women cannot divorce their husbands, women cannot own property, women. It's like we're going back to like the 1910s and the 1920s
But without
and
racism.
everything. Yeah, but with no racism. So they like pride themselves so much on that, and then based around that country, but then the main plot is about these characters, Adelaide and Nicolette, and they are like, I guess not really teenagers. They're like, yeah. So Nicolette's like 19 and 20 and 21 during the book, and then Adelaide's 17, 18, 19. So kind of like teenagers, and it's just about. Most of it is like a romance, but then they go on all these adventures to help fix their country and take away the mean king from their country. So
Nice.
really cool.
I would read it.
Definitely, if you start, when you start putting it out there, I will read that.
yeah, hopefully it'll be really fun. I mean, I'm gonna go let my dog in now because now he's telling me to.
Actually,
bring him in.
we're gonna finish off the episode.
Okay.
So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. If you're listening to the podcast, or if you're on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, Follow us on Spotify or anywhere a podcast can be found. And peace out. See you next episode.